I'm Aaron.
I'm Steven.
I'm Austin.
I'm Hannah.
And this is
Real Single.
This is real,
Alright,
real
our next
single.
question. Do you struggle or ever feel lonely in your singleness? How do you deal with it? Let's just approach the first one. Like, do you ever struggle with feeling lonely in your singleness?
Yes.
I feel like that's the best.
Yes,
everybody.
yes,
I would-
yes,
I mean,
yes.
I would-
It really is. And
Yeah.
to be vulnerable, it is. It's lonely. I
Yeah.
mean, you want to have that connection with someone, but you also don't have it. So you're just like, okay, looking, keep on looking, failing. But it's just like,
it's
Yeah.
real thoughts though.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
normal.
I think I was lonelier previously, and now I would say I'm not. I think you always gonna have those moments where it's like I have a desire to meet whoever I'm gonna be with. You know what I mean? But now I would say it's more so that. But then in terms of loneliness, I've kind of come up with some tips or some things that I do to stay away from that. A lot of that for me is like loneliness will come when I would be on like Instagram or something like that, or like if I'm seeing other people happy, I'm like, come on, yo, like I don't really want to see that. But I mean, well, that ain't sound good. I like if they're happy, that's great for them. But what I'm saying, I can't wait to meet my person. You know what I'm saying? But I think loneliness, it is real. The feeling, I would say,
Yeah.
like while you're single, I think that's definitely real.
Definitely. And I feel like because we live in a world that's so much like you got to be in a relationship, like when you like being a single person, you know, it's just like you're constantly reminded. I don't want to say that you're alone, but that you don't have someone with you, right? If you're in a relationship, there it is.
Yeah.
You know, and so it's like almost like fighting that, but it's just like I feel like if you got good friends and family, then that helps you to not feel, I guess, as alone, and more importantly, a relationship with Jesus. Like I feel like that is the, but I have definitely felt it. I still do have to like, I'll say check myself, and I'm like, okay, like why do I feel like this?
I think we all got
Yeah.
those moments. I don't think it really matters how mature you are. I think you're always gonna have moments where it hits you. You're like, dang.
Yeah. You don't-
what
you don't have that
I wish I had
partner.
somebody.
I think it's a very real feeling. I think I don't know if we want to go into the second question, but I mean, if we want to dive into that second part of the question, it's
Yeah.
like, look, here's the deal. I know a lot of married people or couples who are like, man, I wish I was still single.
Yeah.
I went in maybe too fast or
Yeah.
just wasn't ready for
Yeah.
it. I know that there are advantages of both. You
Yeah.
know? I mean, I've heard people say like, take advantage of your singleness.
Yeah.
yeah.
Enjoy that time,
Yeah.
embrace that time,
Yeah.
because there's just so many things you can do on your
You
own
can't,
that maybe you can't when you're either with somebody else or with kids or
Yeah.
married and have a family.
Yeah.
And so I think there's pros and cons to it. You know, It's just-
Yeah, I agree. I 100% agree. One of the tips that I was gonna say was that just appreciating what season you're in, because like you said, like there's pros and cons of both. I can think of times where I was in a relationship and I'm like, dang. I remember when I was single, I could stay up and watch a movie by myself,
Yeah.
not have
Yeah.
to worry about talking to nobody.
Yeah.
I ain't gotta be on FaceTime with nobody. I don't have an obligation to text nobody in the morning. And I'm a homebody and I'm an introvert. So like I enjoy like being alone a lot of the time.
Same.
So like there's plus and minuses on both sides. So I just think about like right now, like my life consists of like I work out a lot. I go like I work. Like I'm at the field like 8 hours a day. Like if I was with somebody, and one day I will be, but if I was with somebody, then there would be so many more things I have to be thoughtful of throughout the day because I have to have somebody else like constantly in my mind, you know what I mean? Because obviously when you're in a relationship, you can't be selfish, right? So you have to think about the needs of that other person as well. So I think just appreciating the season you're in, I feel like it's huge.
For sure. Like sometimes like I'll go visit my best friend and last time literally I left her house 1:30 a.m. and I was like, if I was married, ain't nowhere.
Yeah, ain't
you know
no
what I'm
way.
saying? Like I know because like I have my sister and everything. Like I know when she's married. Like she got to be home at a certain time. I come to her house. You know what I'm saying? But like these are the things. Or like if I get to watch my show, right?
Yeah.
I don't have to share.
You ain't got to worry about another person's opinion whether the show is good or not.
You know, so I'd be laughing. You know, now guys, honestly, I just talk to myself. Like it sounds crazy. I live alone.
Yeah.
I mean,
But you know what I'm saying? Like I respond to me myself.
I know. I mean, even with being single, you have this so many opportunities to work on yourself
Yes.
without the
Right.
conflictions
Exactly.
of other people's opinions. And I'm
Yeah.
like, okay, this is me time.
I think
Yes.
it's called personal growth for a reason.
Exactly.
Yes,
Yeah.
personal.
I think at the end of the
Like
day,
myself.
it's not a math equation. It's not like you need to be single or not single at this date and time. Everyone's journey is
Yeah,
different.
yeah.
That's a very
No.
comforting thought for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone's journey is different. And I just believe God has that next season in line for everybody.
Yeah.
For you, for you, for you, for me.
Yeah.
When it's time. When it's his time, not our
No.
time, but when it's
Yeah.
his time. And I think just appreciating the season because we're also never going to get this time again.
Exactly.
Right.
You know?
Exactly.
Like you'll never get this time back.
You
We'll
won't.
think back like, man, I should have done this, this, and this when I was single. Gosh dang it, I didn't do
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think just appreciating this precious time and just knowing that there's a next season coming. But I think it's normal. I think it's okay to feel lonely. It's okay to feel this and that way, but knowing that it's not going to be this way forever.
I think it's okay to feel it. I don't think it's okay to just sit in it and just walk. Like, you know what I mean? Like, just wallow in
Man,
it.
I
Yeah.
hate this.
But I think like and to these questions, like I think like we're answering them because they're real. I think we've all felt it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like I don't want to sit here and sound like, oh, I don't deal with it because I'm mature or like whatever. That's just not true. I have my moments, but I just know how to snap out of it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I think kind of going back to I think like a theme like through all the questions, I think you just have to be mindful of like what you're intaking. Like going back to what you're watching. Like if you sit there and you watch 5 rom-coms in that day, yeah, you gonna feel single. You know what I'm saying? Like
Real single.
Real single.
you gonna feel real single, right? Like I was watching some corny Christmas movie the other day, and it was so random. It's like some dude catfished this girl, and then they end up being together at the end of it. I don't even know what it's called. It's some on Netflix. It's a new one they came out with, and I'm sitting there after I watched it, I'm like, oh, great story. Dang, I'm single. You know what I'm saying? I'm like,
Yeah, just
Oh,
those
bro, like-
moments where you just reminded.
hey, like, yeah, but then I'm like, you know, I'm about to go work out because you know I can,
There it is.
I
That's
can
good.
I can go,
But
I can
also
go do
good.
that right now.
It
Yeah.
also can motivate you
Yeah.
from making
No.
different decisions.
Yeah.
We're like, oh, you're lonely. You probably should address this.
Yeah. Go
So-
call a friend.
Yeah.
Have some time with Jesus.
Yeah,
Yeah,
think,
Jesus time.
I think when you're single, one of the biggest things you can have is community.
Yes.
You know, because I think it's dangerous when you're like say like you're in a relationship and if you have like a whole bunch of single friends, that's rough because like you know like y'all are in different stages. So I think when you're single, I think it is cool to be around like other singles. You know what I mean? Just
Yeah.
because they encourage you, you know, as long as you're walking. I think about like my best friends that are like now 2 of them are married, but then like the other ones that are single, it's like you know we talk about it like almost every day where it's like yeah we single, but you know what? Today I'm gonna read or today I'm gonna work out. Yeah, I'm gonna work myself closer to being whoever
Yeah.
I feel like a person I want
Yeah.
like deserves. You know what I mean? That's something that has motivated me recently. Honestly, is just trying to become that person that I feel like whoever I want would want. You know?
I mean, if you think about it this way, if I'm single, I'm probably going to meet somebody else who's single. What kind of person would I want to meet?
Yeah,
If
exactly.
they're single, you know,
Yeah.
just try to become that person.
Yeah.
And like Jesus was single, and he definitely had community around
Yeah.
him.
Yeah.
He formed community around
Exactly.
him. People decided to follow him,
Yeah.
and he had all these things. And look at his life. Look at what he was able to accomplish
Exactly.
and carry on until today.
Yeah.
I think there's something to be said about, hey, let me enjoy this season. You know, let me just have fun. Let me not be too hard on myself. Let me not be so serious and not so like Debbie Downer. Gosh, I hate this. I'm so ready to get out of this.
Yeah, you gotta watch your mouth. Yeah.
Yeah, let me just have fun with the season and know that I want this, and God will obviously redeem the desires of our heart.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. That's
yeah.
Yeah.